voice of a warrior, the heart of a dragon, the hardened armor and the heart of an American. Make our country great again.
President Trump was in great spirits on his way to the rally. Trump started making fun of reporters who were using the bathroom while he was doing a press gaggle. Let's go.
You're going to have to take it easy with that thing. You know, it's a government plane, but I like to take care of it. Hello. Somebody's in there. Come on out.
Yeah. Covered some weighty topics on the show. A lot of people wanting to take the lightness of the Christmas season and make it dark, and we're trying our very best to bring light. The ornaments are all for, and President Trump, hilarious at the rally. Trump going off script on Ilhan Omar, causing absolute meltdowns at the rally. Let's go.
I think open borders are great. You know, where prisons are emptied into our country, right? Where we have people from all over the world being dumped into our country. The people that aren't wanted in their countries, by the way. I think that's a great, like Somalia. Welcome. Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group? Please raise your hand. That's for Minnesota, you know. That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history. I love this Ilhan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little turban. I love her. She comes in, does nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, I mean, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military. They have no nothing. They have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police. They police themselves. They kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country, and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother. Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person. If I married my sister to get my citizenship, do you think I'd last for about 2 hours, or would it be something less than that? She married her brother to get in. Therefore, she's here illegally. She should get the hell out. Throw her the hell out. She does nothing but complain. So now,
President Trump taking a hardline immigration stance has boosted his poll numbers and boosted Republican motivation and enthusiasm sky high before a critical special election in Tennessee. Jumped 8 points. President Trump taking hardline immigration stances like this one. Here we go. Trump is back to saying, not behind the scenes. Now he's just saying it in front of the scenes just to prove how much this country has changed in a short 5 or 6 years. Shithole countries.
I've also announced a permanent pause on third world migration, including from hellholes like Afghanistan, Haiti, Somalia, and many other countries. I didn't say shithole, you did. Remember I said that to the senators, they came in, the Democrats. They wanted to be bipartisan. So they came in and they said, this is totally off the record. Nothing mentioned here. We want to be honest because our country was going to hell. And we had a meeting. And they say, why is it we only take people from shithole countries, right? Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few? Let us have a few. From Denmark, do you mind sending us a few people? Send us some nice people. Do you mind? But we always take people from Somalia, places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime. The only thing they're good at is going after ships.
Trump's going there. Republicans love it. This is part of America First. Take care of your own children first. Stop treating the entire world as though you are president of the world. You're president of the United States of America. It's a paraphrase of the line that got J.D. Vance the loudest applause when he was speaking at the Turning Point event. Stop acting as though you're president of the world. I'm not vice president of the world. I'm vice president of the United States of America, he said. And we're going to put this country first. And part of that is, quite frankly, ending the fraudulent refugee programs. Why bring people here who have destroyed their own country? Again, it makes absolutely no sense. It's indefensible. It's illogical. But we all know why. They want the fraud here. They want the election fraud here. They want the voter fraud. They want the actual immigration fraud and the Medicaid fraud. That is the system that they function under. So it actually locks in perfectly with the modern Democrat Party, as Stephen Miller elucidates here in this just absolute scorcher of a 60-second flamethrower as to why we must end the Somali fraud.
Not only is the first generation unsuccessful, again, Somalia is a clear example here. Not only is the first generation unsuccessful, but you see persistent issues in every subsequent generation. So you see consistent high rates of welfare use, consistent high rates of criminal activity, consistent failures to assimilate. But this shouldn't be a surprise, Will. It's just common sense. If Somalians cannot make Somalia successful, why would we think that the track record would be any different in the United States? Go third world country by third world country. No one's saying, look, there are people all over the world that are great people. But you look at the society. If Libya keeps failing, if the Central African Republic keeps failing, if Somalia keeps failing, right? If these societies all over the world continue to fail, you have to ask yourself, if you bring those societies into our country and then give them unlimited free welfare, what do we think is going to happen? You're going to replicate the conditions that they left over and over and over again. And we mask the impact of immigration in every public policy issue we discuss. We talk about test scores. Well, if you subtract immigration out of test scores, all of a sudden our test scores skyrocket. If you subtract immigration out of health care, all of a sudden we don't have nearly the size of the healthcare challenges our country faces. If you subtract immigration out of public safety, all of a sudden we don't have violent crime in so many of our cities. Issue after issue, we talk about these things as they just happen to us. The schools just suddenly fail. Violent crime just suddenly explodes. The deficit just suddenly skyrockets. These are a result of social policy choices that we made through immigration.
Just frickin' barn burner. Make sure that one's in the shorts list today. Man, that is just a barn burner. It's so true. We caught a lot of flack saying, yeah, everything in this country gets worse with immigration. Everything in this country can be solved. All of the things that ameliorate your days, from traffic to bad schools to high prices to crippling home prices. All of the things that annoy you during the day are a result of 30 million plus criminal aliens being here, parasitically using our resources, depleting what is rightfully yours as an American, and making your life worse. We must have these policies.